pretty good weather, but
Yeah.
it's fine.
Caught up in some traffic on my way over here, so.
That's the freeway for you.
Yep.
All right, well, the purpose of this interview today is basically to find the right candidate for our event coordinator position at Funding the Summer Camp. And how this interview is going to go is first I'm going to ask questions about you, about your resume, about how your qualifications fit a certain position, and then I'm going to give you some time to ask questions about me, whether it is about how I am where I am today in this business, or about the company's mission statement, or about certain things that you would be doing as a part of our company.
All right.
All right?
Sounds good.
So, see about your resume. Your resume.
Yes.
Oh, I see you volunteered at OMSI.
Oh, yes. Did that for about a year. Just about a year, so. But it was a fun experience.
What did you do? What did you do mostly at OMSI?
At OMSI, they have a hall, because they have different halls for like the different things that they got going on over there. So I was actually volunteering in the featured hall, which at the time I think was like CSI or something.
Okay.
So what we do is, we perform different types of showcasings that are kind of CSI related. And we kind of had to get the audience involved and stuff and keep them engaged and stuff. And because it was CSI as well, we also had to tell the parents about what the kids would see, because there's some graphic images in there. So, but featured hall was fun because it was always changing. Because during Halloween it was like, what is it? Like just like it was Halloween themed. So we'd man different type of activities there.
So it's like seasonal. It changes for the seasons. And then you also interned at TQE Marketing.
Oh yeah. I did that this past summer.
Mostly digital marketing, so
yeah.
Search engine optimization kind of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of search. What they really major in is PPC.
Okay.
So pay-per-click
Marketing.
marketing.
Advertising.
Yeah. So, but that kind of touched me in all these different areas. So I kind of got a good taste of the digital marketing sphere.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good to have someone with a background information about the logistics of how websites work and stuff.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, you graduated, or you're a student at University of Portland, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, how would you think that being a communication major, how would you think that your education will fit with an event coordinator position?
Well, I think, especially with event coordinating, where you're kind of bringing together this huge event to be displayed to the public, being able to communicate is pretty important, in case of, if you're trying to get like some type of supply for the event, or if you're trying to get some sort of group to perform at the event, or things of that nature. Communication plays a key role. There's a lot of if you miscommunicate something, then it could
Go
horribly wrong, kind of destroy the entire event, if you will. So.
All right. And let's just say in overall, while like collaborating and coordinating certain events, do you think it would be better to work individually with your own thoughts and ideas, or to be more of a team player when being an event planner?
Being an event planner, I think it's a balance of both, I feel. People have visions of how they want things to go, and usually our visions aren't really conveyed to how reality actually is. So it's good to have, to be with your own thoughts, but at the same time, having a team environment really is the only way I feel the only way to get anything done, and especially in today's world, where everything's just so fast moving and fast paced, and we're just all over the place nowadays. Having a team, a supportive team that can get the job done is really key to success and to creating anything.
Especially when you're working too with a bunch of other employees who have like a certain vision of what they want to do, and since you're coordinating something, you'd want to match those.
Yeah, match those.
Yeah. So with that, I'll give you a scenario where you personally, as our event coordinator, scheduled a field day where our campers would primarily play soccer and football on the soccer field turf. However, you did not consult any of the camp counselors. So the counselors in charge of the basketball and volleyball programs were under the assumption that that day would be a court day, meaning that they would play predominantly in the courts,
Mhm.
practicing both basketball and volleyball, not soccer and football, which made these counselors, being the basketball and volleyball counselors, extremely like agitated because they feel like they're not having enough time with their campers. How would you try to handle this conflict?
I try to see if there are any alternatives to making it work, you know, and it also depends on maybe the frequency of how much they practice. Maybe we can push it to a different day, depending on the priorities of the camp in general and how it's set up. But I'd probably try to find if there are a possibility that they can kind of either work together, maybe split up the group, you know, and have some sort of alternating type thing going on, or if anything, if we could move it to a different day, you know, to where it's more works for everybody.
So basically, you're saying if you can like have half the day being like inside the gym and half the day being outside.
Yeah.
That's perfect. So how would you ensure though that a conflict like that would never happen again?
Basically, trying my best to communicate with everybody, you know, all the coaches to make sure that things don't overlap or anything, or if things do have an overlap, what can we do to work around that?
All right.
So that's the thing that I would do.
Okay, and since another kind of situation that we would commonly deal with, since we're a summer camp dealing with parents, you know, parents generally send their kids to summer camp, not only because they don't want their kids, especially to be bored over summer or playing games all summer. Some parents specifically send their kids to summer camp for them to be better at sports, to increase their skills, and especially our summer camp is geared towards football, soccer, basketball, and volleyball. Most parents would want to send their kids so that they can get like more fundamentally sound in the sports that they're playing. And so here's another situation that would kind of deal with an external conflict that may and commonly do arise in certain summer camps that are especially related to sporting fields. So a parent is upset that his child didn't excel at the sport he attended in the Pee Wee League, of a football Pee Wee League. And he feels that his son did not get a single notch better at the summer camp that we provided for him, even though he paid top dollar to be at the summer camp. How would you approach this parent and this conflict about what would you tell him to advise him about our company and just about his kid's performance?
Yeah, well, probably I'd emphasize that, you know, we want to make sure that the parents and the kids are having the best experience possible at the summer camp. So I'd really just kind of let them vent, listen to their frustrations, and maybe even pose the thought that, you know, kids work they work at different speeds. Maybe, you know, the speed that we were going at our camp really didn't serve them as best as we could. So maybe we could think of an alternative to what we could do, possibly maybe take them in again and see if we work with it using different methods to see maybe if they can get, you know, to that place, you know, the place that the kid wants to be.
Different kids soak in different things at different times.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's basically what we would hope would happen, would be that the kid would want to come back, and especially if he doesn't like what we're doing at that particular time, that summer, maybe we can like use his prior experiences to mold in our future, our future campers' experiences. So basically, what you pretty much summarized to me with this interview is that you like to work. You're an independent worker, but you need to collaborate with others to have an effective event coordinator. And you explained to me different conflicts that you would solve, one being internal conflicts such as the camp counselors against the event coordinators, and also that conflict with a parent, which would be things that might happen on a more common basis at a summer camp setting. So these types of situations are situations that we don't want to ever happen, but we can't assure you that they won't happen.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Having an experience in these types of situations is actually very helpful for not only yourself, but for our company's image. And so is there anything else you would like to add concerning qualifications that you possibly have that we didn't touch, such as like, do you love working with kids, or have you had a lot of experience in planning events such as like a bachelor party or some type of structured event that you plan for?
Yeah, I mean, just, little social events with friends and stuff. But and while I was at OMSI, I was always working with kids, because kids just flock to OMSI. You wouldn't believe, like, just everybody around the world
For sure.
goes to visit OMSI, and during like the showcasings that we do, we really have to engage the kids and stuff like that. And there was occasionally, kind of a straggler kid that would lose themselves from their parent, so we'd have to take care of that, and kind of deal with kind of frustrations from people and kind of direct them or tell them where they could go to mend those frustrations.
So you basically had firsthand contact with kind of like campers,
Yes, yeah.
camper-like
Yeah.
situations.
Yeah, similar situations. So yeah.
That's great. And so as of right now, we are conducting multiple interviews to find the correct candidate or the most qualified candidate for the position that we're offering. And so I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what our business is. And so, yeah, our name is Fun in the Summer Camp, and we are dedicated to providing campers with a safe, active, and inspirational environment for them to excel at sports. And since our establishment in 1992, we have encouraged and promoted our youth to be to find within themselves, what it takes for them to be a superior athlete. And we, with the help of professional coaches, motivated counselors, and this strive to create a better youth for our future, our camp is able to give youth the determination, the drive, and the passion that it takes to perform at their highest level in both the sports world and in the real world with the relationships that they will build at the summer camp. And this summer camp is also dedicated for these campers to make lifelong friends and enjoy new experiences and new adventures, since we're also going to not only be solely around sports, we're trying to also have field days like where we go to Salvi's Island, go to the beach, maybe even do some water activities, maybe even like teach them how to fish or something like that. That's what you would be planning for us, and all while having fun in the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you have any closing questions for me?
Give me a minute. I guess I have just some comments. I kind of like what I really like about this company is the fact that, what you said about like the social aspects. It's not just about, becoming a superior athlete. It's about being good with relationships and stuff. So I that's something that you don't find a lot of. Like that's kind of like a byproduct of some camps, but now that's that sounds like that's one of the focuses here. That's really an awesome thing.
We're actually glad you said that, because when we formed this camp, we formed it under the impression that there are many camps around this world, such as like, let's say there's that professional like Peyton Manning passing camp, and there's like Kobe Bryant basketball camps, which are very expensive, and they're only geared to making you a superior athlete in one sport. And camps like that, although they could be fun, they're kind of more taxing to the camper. They don't feel a sense of entertainment, more so they feel pressured because they want to impress others.
Yeah.
But a camp like this would be more so, we're not trying to make them be the best athletes in the world. We're just trying to teach them the fundamentals of certain sports so they can play in their future life, while ensuring that they have like a fun time while doing so. Which is why we incorporate a lot of other activities, such as going to the beach or going to the movies or some things like that. So that's basically what molded into the company description that we have today, and for the events that we have for our campers in the future.
Nice.
All right. Well, so that concludes our interview today. Thank you for your time, and we'll be getting back to you in around 2 weeks to let you know our decision.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.